Hello guys. Good evening guys. I would like to confirm if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Great. Thank you. So let's just wait like 2 more minutes, then we'll kickstart the class. And before we kickstart, I would like to know how is everybody's day going? Yeah, can you guys hear me? I believe yes, then I think it's time. I would like to just see maybe one reaction or two, then we kickstart the class. So that we'll know if everybody will join. We'll be able to like hear me, I mean.
Hi, Toby.
Yes.
We can hear you, and I think you should start now because you have a lot of things to do.
Okay.
Anyone that joins late can just watch the recording.
Okay, great. Great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Okay, in our today's class, this is what we'll be building. We'll be building an HTML, CSS without JavaScript web, let's say we are websites, and we'll also be working on the mobile responsiveness of this. So let me just show you how the mobile will look. This is how the mobile will look like to this part. So this is the desktop view of what to be building. And I got this website from inspiration from Frontend Mentor. Frontend Mentor, which I believe Abdul must have spoken about, is actually for front-end people majorly. And what it actually gives, it gives the challenges. It also creates a learning platform for you. It's a very good platform where you can where you can actually build a lot of things yourself. So if you're trying to own your front end, that's your HTML, CSS, even JavaScript, you're trying to like on it in a way that you want to be you want to be as good as other pros. This is actually a place where you can start from. And one good part is that it has the kind of they created it in categories. So as a newbie, as an advanced person, as a intermediate person, as a junior person. So what makes you know when you become that junior, mid-level, guru, advanced is one, the speed used in building things, then also your clear attention to details. So what we'll be building today, I got it from here, and let me see if I can get it back. I actually said from here. I'm not sure if I can get it. So I got the link from here and I downloaded it. So it's very easy to use and very cool to build also if you are doing this. One good thing about front-end mentor is when you submit a challenge, you can also get reviews from people on it. So let's just jump right to what we want to build, which is this. So when you download, they give you the design. Always jump. They will actually ask you to authenticate to GitHub, which is very fine. So if you've not used it before, try to check it out. So this is the file they'll give you after extracting it. Then they also have a, what is it called? A style guide. They have a style guide of your colors, the mobile, the desktop. So this is also very good to do. If you want to build an application, one of the things you can also notice is actually getting the style guide of what you want to build. So like I would always say from our previous class, if you've attended before, I would always tell you that before you start anything building, one of the things you need to, they've given you the text also. So one of the things you need to know to do is draw up what you want to build. Don't just start building. Draw it up. Draw out what you are trying to look at and how it should look like. So let me just go to somebody actually said something like pencil. Let me see if I can get that one. Pencil. Oh, somebody actually gave me an application, a site the previous time we joined. I can't find it. So let me just go to flowchart. If that person is on the call, please just recommend that drawing app you actually told me. So I'll go to draw.io. So before you build, one of the things I would always tell you to always do is draw up what you need to build first. Don't just start building. Draw up what you need to build and how you expect it to look like. So if you go back to our this thing, we have a box here. Normally there's a body, so we have a box. If you can see, there's a box here. This is a box, and in the box you have another box here, which is the logo. Then you have another box here. So simply means these two again, you have to put it inside an imaginary box. So let's just say there's an imaginary box here also. So if you look at it very well, you have a box again inside. Let me take this off. You have an imaginary box here. Then inside this imaginary box, you have the logo and you have this button. So I'll just take this and I would say, this is the logo. Let me just reduce this. This is the logo. And this is the other button. So with this, you already know that what you need is, you need one div, which I would say always, when you're trying to build, always use your schematic tags. It's very good. It's not just for now, just so that it will readable to people. So one of the first schematic tags that I want to put is actually main. Then if I look at this very well, I have the section. So I'll use the section tag. For those of you that miss a thematic class, this is actually an opportunity to learn it again. So then I have a section. The section is this one. This section. Then now, if you can see, I have a div here. So there's a div, if you can see it very well. Then inside the div, I have one button, which is the image, and one what is it called? One button. So I can just say, instead of me using this div, I know that this is actually an header. If you can see, so when using schematic, even though you know what you want to use, this is actually like an header. So instead of me using div, I'll just replace it with an header. So I can just say header. Header. Then having this header, then I would have a button that's an image, which is actually the logo. So let me just use an image tag. Then if you can see again, there's actually a button. So I would say button. Button tag. Great. So now before I do that, I will also check they're giving me my images at all. So they gave me logo dot this, they gave me this. So let me this is actually, let me trace it out as they're being taught. So I can say dot dash, then images slash logo dot svg. Let me save this. First, let me put on my live server. Let me see what it will give us. So this is the logo. Let me remove all of this. Let me just comment it out. Let me comment all of this out so that it does not confuse us. So we have the logo here. Then the next thing that is actually inside of my box, as you can see from here, is the button. Then the button is, let me look at the design again. The button says, try it free. They gave me that text already. So let me just copy it so that I don't waste what they sent to us. So I can just copy this. I will Control X it. Then I can just place it here, saying try for free. So let me check again. So it's now here. This is it. Before I move further, there's something they taught you in this thing. What is it called? In CSS, display flex. There's flex, there's grid. So if I need to make this thing move this way, and the best way you can do this easily is one, coming to your header, this is the parent, is wrapping the image and the button. So this is, if I want to attract any class, this is what we need my class. So if I put a class here, I can actually just name it header. Then I come here, Control C. For the purpose of this class, I'll be using inline styling so that I don't have to move through different pages. Then if it's too bulky, I'll take it out. So header, then, sorry, I think it should be here. Okay, there's actually, it's already here already, sorry. So let me just do dot header. Dot header, then I would say display flex. Yes, automatically it's showing correctly. Display flex. But there's something I need also to make it move this way. So flex always have that direction. Oh, sorry. Flex direction automatically is actually on row. I think row or column. I don't know. I have a difficulty in knowing what is row and column, horizontal and vertical, which is actually my own bad habit. Did I say, don't let me call it bad habit? Let me just say something that skips my own mind. So it's sometimes difficult to like remember column, row, vertical, horizontal. So I would say the next item I would want to do is justify content. That's, I'm trying to say now, justify the content. When you hear the name justify, you know what you need. That's justify content, how you want to place it. Then I'll use the word space between. If I save this, let's see what happens. You can see now I have the order here and I have this, which is automatically, I've been able to do this, my first diagram. I've been able to achieve my first diagram. That's actually very lovely. My first, so this is it. You can see how easy it is because I drew this diagram. So I'm able to get what I need. So now let me go to the next one before I now do this general styling. Let me go to the next one, which is, you can see, there's actually, if you look at it very well again, there is another section box here. Imaginary one like that. So,
image and text.
Okay, great. So if you look at it, there's another imaginary box. So let me pick this and just draw it up. So let me draw this up. This other second box. And you can see inside this box, there's one box here. So let me just place it above the bit. Then there's another box, which is, let me say, oh, let me remove this one. Too big for me. So there's a box here. It's always very easy when you use your paper and biro. Sorry, paper and biro, I'm correct. And there's another box here, if you look at it very well, which is the image and the text. Inside the text now, there's also another text content, which is how many of them? Which is 1, 2, then the button. So let me just do Control C, Control V. The second one, the third one, which is the button. Let me just reduce this thing a bit so that it's clear. So you can see we have these three texts. So automatically, this will actually make it easy for you to pick up your code again. To say now you are done with this first section. You can drop another section, which is this parent box. Then you have another box. You have two divs inside. You have div one. Let me just put a class so that I can identify it very fast. First, let me just say underscore header. No, first hero underscore box. So name it something that you would easily come back to remember. Then this one, div dot second hero underscore box, enter. So this is the second one, which is the image. So I've been able to achieve this first box, second box, and the third box. So now these other ones, I can see from the diagram is an header, a paragraph, and a button. So it's easy for me to come back to the first one and say let me say H3, then I can say paragraph, then the third one I can say button. So makes it easier for me. So let me just pick the first one, build. So I know that it's going into my H3. Then the next paragraph, which is this. Then I know that this is actually going into my P tag. Then the last, this one, which is the get started for free, which is the button. Then I know it's coming here. Then I know that my button is what is here. My image is what is in this diagram. So I'll come here in my second box. I can just say image dot slot. Images, what will it be called? That's a illustration mockup. Let me just confirm what it's called. What it's called. Oh, I can't actually confirm. So let me just say, I don't know which one is actually the illustration, what is it called? I don't know the name. Okay, we are correct. It's actually this. So you can see, now this is actually here. But the same logic that I used there to style this header, since to style this header, let me just copy this, Control C, Control V, but I'll change this to hero. So it simply means my second section here would have the class of hero. If I save it and let's see, you can see now this is like this. It's now on the same line, but now this image now is not looking okay. So one of the best way I can make this work is first, this is my first class. I can style it. Let's see. Let me .v. Let me give it a width of, let's say, 50%. Then the second one, let me just copy this and paste. So let's test this out. So you can see, although this image is actually overflowing, which is something I would fix also. What I just need to do is call the class of this. So I'll just add a class to my image. Then I can, okay, instead of me adding, let me add this class. Let me just do 100%. So it's now okay. The overflow is gone. That's because I was able to put a width to it. Before it was not having width, it was just taking everywhere. So the width is constraining me to say, now with this width, take the width of the box. Don't go outside the width of the box. That's what this 100% width is doing. And you could see, I've named this 50, this one, I've given it a width of 50%. Equally, this first arrow, I've given it a width of 50%. The entire body is 100%. So 50, 50. That has justified this part. So if you could see, we're now able to do this. section. Oh no, not this. This section. But now, if you could see again, there's actually a background image at the back of this. If you look at it very well, there's a background image at the back. So one of the, as it's actually a background image, one of the things you need to target, if you could see, let me just take from the comment section. What will I target to get the background image? I also somebody in the comment section just answer me, or somebody can just give me a response to that, so that I know if you are following.
Okay, wait.
Can you come again with your question?
You target the section itself.
Which of the section? Remember, we have two sections here.
The Evo section, the one that enclosed the Evo section.
Zero section.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this.
Section that has class 0.
Okay, no, let me do this. Let me put it this way so that we can see.
It's main is main. Because the background. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's the main because the background is covering all the section. It's a background for
that's very correct. That's very correct. So you are very correct with that. So as you could see, we have the background is covering this main, it's covering the header and also this. So because of that, we have two sections there, as you could see, and all the sections are under this main. So the main is what is going to take that background. So to do that, I can just give it a class and say parent. Yeah. So I can name it parent. Then I can copy this and go and style. Control V, sorry, Control V. Then this, then I can say background. URL. Images. Hero desktop. So let's see. I don't know. So now, great. You can see that we now have the background here. So our site is coming up small. Maybe it's not looking beautiful yet. So we now have the background like this. But still, there's actually another background at the back of this. So it's not stopping there. So let me see. Let me go to the style guide and see what they have for us. Is it grayish blue? Okay, so which is this? So before we even go to any other style, we can see that there are actually spaces at the top of this stuff, the side and also at this side. The way to clear that out easily is just go to call something called body. In your body, just do what is it called? Margin 0, then padding also 0. That way it will be gone. So it's gone. It's gone. But our desktop, go back to our desktop view, desktop design, you can see that this thing is not taking the full width. This and this are not taking full width. So one of the best ways to actually do that, since you've known, and you could see from our design here, we not give them full width. That means there's actually a percentage beside both of them. So one of the best ways to do this, don't use padding and margin. And I'll tell you the reason why I would advise not to use padding and margin to do this. So let me just show you for the first one.
Sorry, please, can you come again for what you just explained now?
Okay, I said, as you can see, as you can see, there's actually a space beside this thing. There's a space here, there's a space here. Also, there's a space here and there's a space here. So I would always advise not to use my padding to actually give this spacing, because giving this space, I'll show you the two effects on both of them, so that you would also be able to see why you should not use margin and padding to give this kind of space. So what I'll target now is, what I'll need to target is the section. So because I'm saying, let me give this section, the other section, let me give it a class of, let me say, header underscore nav, or let me just give it a nav instead of, so that it's just short. So what I need to start is this section and also the second section, which is the arrow. So I'll come here, dot nav, then I can take comma to place both of them together. The other one is arrow, dot arrow. Then give them a width of, let's say, 80%. Let's see what happens when I give them a width of 80%. They won't look that okay. It will be skewed to the left. So you can see they moved to the, what is it called? There's a lot of space and there's no space here. The best way to make something centered is adding a margin of auto. So adding a margin of auto is actually giving it, I would use this method to also, let me now inspect. So you would see that it's giving it, this margin auto is giving this stuff main section. Yeah, so let me do this one. It's giving it a same equalize at the side. It's giving them an auto that is move to the left, give a space to the equal space on the left and equal space on the right. That's what the margin auto is doing for you. So now one of the next thing I would want to do is that I need to put, okay, I think the width is actually too much. 90%. Let me see. Yeah. So let me show you something. Why I said don't use padding. So let me inspect. Let me bring this down. Let me put this and let me now. Then let me expand. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's like this. Let me constrain this thing to have instead of this. Let me give it a max width. The max width of 144,060, which is what they advised us to do from our style guide. If you could see desktop 1440, that means you must put a max width of dex for the desktop to take that 1440. So it's actually like this. You can see, although it's not clear. Let me put it at 100 back. I'm trying to like increase the width. Let me put it at 50, 75, okay. You can see that it still looks okay and it's even still containing that same width. But the issue about padding is, let me just do this and show you the issue about the padding. So if I say padding left, let's say for example 20 pixels. Padding right, let me say 20 pixels also. Let's see what we have. We have this, which is even still looking okay. But what padding will do for us is it will give us an unnecessary kind of attribute. And if you are not careful, if this padding is one more than the other, it will not show in a very good way. And side that I have this kind of thing, let me show you. Let me say conga, for example, that is width and also why it's good to always constrain your code. Do that's the max width and all. So let me show you conga to ask this kind of stuff. You can see that our stuff are in the center. They took a particular width and even other stuff as it is, it still looks okay, like the spacing at the side. And I will tell you for the fact that they're also using width to constrain this to the center. So when you're talking about proper coding method, this is actually the proper way of coding. Try not avoid using padding when you should use width. So one thing you need to learn is learn when to use width and learn when to use padding. If you need to give space on the left and the right, use width and use your margin auto to constrain it to the center. Okay, good. Then the next thing I would want to talk about is now there's actually a margin top and also in this. So what I will just do is I will select this section as a section. instead of me just giving this, I can give a section. Let me say, because section now, this parent, I can give it a padding top. Padding top of 20 pixel and padding bottom of 20 is actually small. So let me do 50. Let me save and save. Let me change it to 30. So now we're already coming up. We have this now. Then now to make the next part is actually target this button, reduce the auto size so that it's actually okay, as you can see here. So to do that, what I would just do is the auto. Let me do the auto first. So going to the auto, I'll give it a class. Then I can just say logo. Select this dot this. Then I can give it a let me give it a width of to just consider is actually a logo. So I can give it a pixel width. So I can say 100 pixel. Let's see what we have, which is small and good enough. Does it look stretched? Let me check. Okay, I think it looks stretched. So one of the best ways to actually do that is remove the stretch in it. I have the logo object fit. So with this, I can check what I need it to actually be. So I can see that object fit contain that's what I need. So I can just add it. Using of the specs is actually very, very good. I know I promised the class on how to debug. I will still make that class happen on how to debug that's using inspect, which is very, very useful. So I've done this. So the next thing I need to target, let me do is the button. So I'll come to the button and give it a class of button. I can just say add. So I come here, copy this, paste there, dot v, then do this, then yeah. So then on the button, what I need to do is, as you can see from here, there's the border radius. Yeah, there's the border radius. There's also a kind of there's spacing too. So what I can do is, before that, let me just give it a background of white, background color. That's triple F or 6. It can be 6 or 3. Then the text. Let me see what they give me as the text in the style guide. I can't get the text out. Very dark cyan. I don't know if it's this, but let me just use black. Let me use black for time's sake. So color, I can say this is actually 000. Good. Now coming down here, I can see that for my this thing they gave it for my there's actually a spacing in it. There's a spacing in this.
There is padding.
There's a padding, correct. So now I can add a padding. Let me just put a general padding. I can say the what is it called? From here, you can see that also the left and right padding are the same thing. The top and bottom the same. So you can either use width or use padding to actually fix this kind of one for button's sake. So I can say padding of, let me say 20 pixel, which is top and bottom. Then the right and left, I can say, okay, let me give this one a 15. This one a 25 pixel. I'm just using my jurisdiction. Let's see what happens. Maybe we need to reduce it. Okay, yeah, we need to reduce it. That's why one of the ways, some other time, it's good to know how to use your debugger. So for me, I can actually just do what I need to do. Reduce, which is 8. 8 is okay for this. Then for this, let me just increase it more and say 30. 30. So I can just say this one is actually 8. Then this is 30. So great. Going back here, I'll see it take effect after saving it. Yes, great. So now I need to put a border radius. I can still come here to suggest what kind of border radius I would use. So border dash radius 20 pixel. So 20 pixel is okay for it. So I can just say border radius 20 pixel. 20 pixel. Going back to my design, one of the things I would also see that in it is that, as you can see, there is no outline like my own. So to do that, what I can just do is something they call border, and give it a border of 0, which is remove those lines that I are saying. It has removed it, which is now great. Then if I go closely, there is actually a kind of box shadow in this. There's a box shadow in it. So let me do that. I don't know the box shadow number. The box shadow was the kind of this thing. So let me just keep that. I don't know the box shadow. Or let me just use the random box shadow online. Let me just use the one that looks closely. This no. Let me use this one here. Okay, yeah, so it has added, there's now a box shadow on it, as you can see. I just copied one from online. So sometimes using online resources too is always very helpful. Instead of it for the fact also, don't put everything on your head. If you put everything on your head, well, it's good to know to have the idea, but putting everything on your head at the beginner, I won't say it's not good. It's good, but don't overload yourself. Everything online. Yes.
Hello. Please, the box
Yeah.
shadow, can you explain those numbers? Because I've been trying to understand it, but it's not entering. Like, can you explain how the numbers are gotten?
I'm trying to open this up for you. Oh, sorry. I've scattered this thing. Let me put it back. Okay, great. So when you go to the box shadow, there's a blur effect that is even added to it, which is this 8 pixel. So the first one is what is under there. So the blur effect, which is the 8 pixel, the Y offset, that is what should go up. As you can see, if I target this, change it, it's actually taking it up more. There's the box shadow going up more, going down more, which is the second this thing that is here. So one is blur, one is the Y, the last one is the X. Then the spread, which is actually how should it go? Should it be right everywhere or something? So as you increase this, you'll see it spread more, taking it the width of which you take. Then equally, this one is actually the color. What color? The normal RGB color this thing. I think I spoke about the RGB on one of our classes. Then equally, this other ones too is actually the same thing for it. So I don't know if that answers your question with that insight. I'll tell you for the fact, anything you want to try to do with Inspector, that's Chrome Inspector, you're able to get what everything means and how they work. So this is actually direction. The first two is direction. The first two is direction. This first two direction. This is actually the blur. How blur should it be? This is actually the, what is it called? The spread for it. Okay, I think I can see somebody hand up. Let me just quickly take that.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please, my question goes to the background image.
Okay.
That we enclosed inside the main.
Okay.
So my question is that I think we have other things inside the main too. So can we just put div after the body so that we can put the two sections inside the div?
Okay, to put the two sections
Inside the div, and now put the background
can.
image
inside the div, right?
directly to the div.
Yes, you can do that. You can do that. You can have one main.
Because
You can have multiple main also.
okay, we can have multiple main.
Yes. See, all this
Okay.
main and all these things, they're just tags. It does not have any rule in this thing. But it's always very good when that's like class sometimes. Class is what would help you to differentiate what you need to do. But advisedly, sometimes it's always very good to have just one main. But it does not cost anything. I don't know if that's okay.
Thanks
So don't let me
so much,
waste
sir.
more
It's clear. It's clear.
Don't let me waste more time. Let me just refresh this so that you can clear up that part. So the next thing that I want to do is I would want us to do this part. This part. Then what I would want us to do now is this div that is here, that is wrapped here. There's this text. So let me change this text and just or before that, there's actually a spacing up and down. So to do that, I can target my nav, the section nav for this. So I can target my nav to give it that style. So I can say dot nav, dot nav. Give me a margin bottom of, let's say, 30 pixel. Now there's actually a little space in there. Let me see if it's enough. Let me just make it 50. 50 pixel to make it great. Great. So now I need to start to style this my H3 and give it a font size. Let me see if they gave me a font size to use there. They didn't give, okay, they gave me body, actually body, not the head. Or they styled this as H1. I guess they styled it as H1. Yeah, they styled it as H1. They styled it as H1, I guess. But the H1 is not H1. Before I do that, let me just, there's also a style guard. So let me go back and pick, they said poppins. They use poppins for this. Font family, poppins, font poppins, okay. So I don't know if they've referenced this already. They've not referenced it, you might have to skip it. So they've not referenced it. So because of time also, I would like to skip that, but I understand that we also know how to use fonts already. So to bring this down on my design, going back to my design, to make this actually show this way, one thing I can actually do is I can set a width to this. I can set a width to this. So let me just put class, header underscore text, copy this, place this here. Then I can say, let me give it a width of 80%. And let's see. Okay, 80% is enough. It's not enough. So let me just come back here and reduce. Let me give it a 80 or 70 rather, 70 pixel percent. But I also noticed that my text is not big enough. So let me just say font size of 20 pixel. Let me increase it. Okay, great. This is better. So I can just copy this, Control C, then come back to my heading, then just paste, save. Then I have this. Then the next thing I would want to also do is do for my text. So I would just also, what's it called? Style my text. Class header underscore paragraph. Let's copy this, come here, and dot this, then give it same width, but different font size. Let me give it a font size of 16. Great. So I need to increase the width for this. So let me just give it a 80. And let me check here. Okay, I think this is still okay. And now, if you can look at it, almost automatically you've achieved this, but this spacing is still wide, which simply means this our image is actually taking more space than this, or I actually think so. What I would just do is, instead of giving it a 50-50, I can give this a 45, 55, and let's see. Okay, then I will now have to reduce this. Let's say 75, 90, Ctrl X, and C. So I'll give this 80. So I'll give this the 80. Okay, so now the next thing I would want to do is I would want to do this button, style this my button. So the best way to style my button is come here. So I can even put class button underscore, what name did I give it? Let me say get started. Sometimes one of the difficulties as a front-end person is trying to name your CSS. Because you don't want to name it any name, but along the line also, names to skip from your head, you may not remember any name to call. So I can just copy this. Does this have a, let me check. Does it have a background border? Okay, no. So I can just copy this and let me just paste them. But I'll change the background. To change the background, I'll come to style guide and I think they gave us pink. They gave us a pink color, which is this. Background, Ctrl V, S. Great. Then the text color, the color is actually white, the FFF. Great. So let me see. Let's check. I think for this, the top and this thing is actually larger, and also the spacing between this is actually still large. So let me just shift this. Let me give it a 12, and let me give this a 35 and see. But I think this is much better. Sometimes you just need to use your instinct also. It may not give you all the designs, all the things inside. What is making this thing different is actually the font family. And I think I just need to add it. Google fonts. This is what I'm looking for to copy. W2 schools is very slow in my site. Okay, so pick this, come back here, target the link, and I'll place it here. Then change this font family. They gave me the link already. So I'll come here. They gave me this. Control C. Control V. So poppings. So I can come here to my body part, my text part actually. Or even just place it in the body. Let's see. Let me place it in the body and see. Font family. Poppings. Let me just check out what it is called. All of them have the way they call that this thing. Fort awesome. Or what is it called? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Also have a sidebar. Why is this people change their sites?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They change their sites.
They updated their sites.
Because I know there used to be a sidebar kind of thing.
It's always at the sidebar, yeah.
And this is now looking different and
I can't remember the way I did it the other
I
time.
think you check.
I think you
Can
have
you hear
to.
me?
yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Check that logo that look like that shopping bag. I think that is what you're looking for.
This
Yes, check that.
notice just
Yeah,
feel like
yeah. Open that. Yeah, open that thing.
thank
Click on
you.
the arrow. No, the arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, click on this. This is what I'm looking for. So let me just copy this out.
I remember.
I don't know if they've changed it.
Let me. Yes, yes.
So let's go back to our site and see if that took effect. Yeah, so that has taken effect. So now let me go and remove all those my unnecessary, what is it called? I added an extra just to fit it, just make it fit in. So I was doing this. So let me just increase it back. Yeah. So even 95. So this is back to 95. What is it? Sorry. Okay, great. So I have this now. I have this, which is an automatic that we have been able to achieve. Let me say, if not everything, almost what we have here. Although I think, okay, I need to shift this back to 50%. So let me just shift it back to 50, 45, 50. 50. Yeah, great. So this is back and okay now. But as you can see, there's actually a background overlay around that's in this image. There's a background outside this image, as you could see. And that's when we went on that previous class, we talked about something like linear gradients. I don't know if anyone could recall on how to actually add an overlay on the background. So let me see if I can actually get that from here. No, not this, sorry. Yeah, this. What did I copy? My only issue now is to get the exact color they used. And let me see what I'll just do. Let me trace it from here. Blue.
We can use color picker extension.
Yeah. The extension that I have is not on what's it called? So let me see. Okay, we've gotten something, but I'm not sure if that's the exact color. But at least we've been able to achieve, let me say this. Yeah, it's almost alike. Am I correct? I think we almost got the color.
Yes, it's alike.
Yes,
Almost.
yes.
It's
Okay.
almost the same.
So automatically, we've been able to achieve this page, this one that we're seeing. But one other thing, you can see that it's actually, we've not really achieved it. And that's because one, this image, it looks like this actually has more spacing at the top, as is not having that, which is actually due to the height of this image, which is actually negligible. But one thing that I can say is, if you need to place this into the center, what you just need to use is, what are we first of all target this arrow section, which is this arrow. Then all you need to do is dot so we've actually named it a class above. So let me go back to where it is. Arrow, yeah. Is it arrow? Sorry, first arrow box rather. Sorry, Abi. Is zero. Sorry, it's arrow. Display flex. Then align items. Center. Now, I think you cannot see, but it's actually taking this header. So I'm not sure it's the arrow. It's not the arrow. It's not the arrow. Let me just target that box, second box. This is second box that is not having the logo. Yes, now. So why is the Okay, hero dash nav, sorry. My mistake. This is actually two things together. So this is what I need. Align item center. And you can see now, it has now given it a more spacing at the top. Unlike before, let me remove that align item center so that you can see what happened without the align item center, which is on this arrow. So look, let me remove it. You can see it took it up. You can see there's a difference. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is alignment item center. Without alignment item center, on this, you could automatically see that there's an align item center that made this thing have the spacing at the top and almost equal spacing at the bottom. But without align item center, we are not seeing that space. But once we added it, we can now see the space at the top. So which is good. So now next what we want to do is now let's create this next section. With this section, we're even almost done with the site. I'm gonna tell you in the next time, in next 20 minutes, it should be done to this extent. So now what I need to do next is actually create from our normal box again. Let me go back to it. We have another box here that is coming, which is actually like a section. Another box here. Then this box is also having one other box here, which is the text, and one other box here, which is the image. If you could see from here, text and image. Then two boxes inside, which is this. And then the other one, which is this. So good, you've gotten that kind of thing already. Always, as a beginner, you should always try to draw whatever you are doing. So let me just open this to the side. Split right. Great, so let me close this out. And yeah, so that the design is just, the style will just be happening here while we have the code around at this side. So next part we're actually doing is you can actually create another main. I have a different class for it. So class of second underscore parent. Then a section. Then the section is having a div. The section, then a div and another div. So let's say another div. Then this div is having a one that is an header and a paragraph. The first one, let's say H3, H4. I'll be H3 actually. H3, then a paragraph. Then the other one is having an image. So let me just format my code so that I can see it very well. Great. Then the first one that is having this is actually, let's now give this a class. Let's say second section. Second section. Then on this second section, we need to start the second section. I can bring it here, Control V, give it a background of white, background color, white. Then also it will need a, okay, before I even add that, let me just continue first. Before I add that, let me add all these texts because so that we will not get lost. The first one is go together, which is this. Then the second one is this generate meaningful insights, which is this. So I Control X it, let's see what we have. You just have text, the two text. But let me add the image also. Dot slash images. What is it called? Let me see. Okay, standing your users. I think it's not your users. I don't know the name. flow conversation. No, it's not. Grow up together, grow together. Is it? Yeah, it is. So grow together. Oh, they haven't named it. My bad. Grow together. Which is this? So as you can see, this is actually still lining this way. To make both of them show side by side, all I need to just do is go to my second section, which is this. Then I just do my display flex magic. To say display flex, automatically they should be side by side. But now the width also is another issue. So I need to do what I did here. Add width to this, what is it called? So instead of me just going to go and do that, let me just give this my div, the same class, because I don't need to go and start repeating same thing. Then the other one is second section, because I actually going to do the same thing for me. So class second arrow, then same thing with the image. Okay, I style the image internally. So if I save this and do this, now it's no more, it's now kind of together. There's not space, but this image is still overflowing. To make it not overflow this way, I just need to give it a width. So I can say style. Oh, I removed the alt. Then I can say width of 100%. And let's see. Now it's no more overflowing. But now if you look at this design, there's actually a box. So it's actually taking this kind of width again. The body width, which is the section, the one we actually called here. Let me see, where do we call it? Where did we call it? We called it somewhere. We gave it a width of, I think, 80% or so. Okay, this is, sorry, let me remove this so that I don't make mistake. This one. So there's actually 90% width for that stuff. So I'll take this and I will I'll target this my box, this second parent. I'll call second parent. Second parent. Then I give it a width of 90% and let's move it to the center. There's no, I would have to add a margin auto on it also, and this same thing. This same thing that I did. Now it's now here, but we're not done. One thing that we noticed also is that in our design, oh God, error. In our design, we had, what is it called? There's actually like an overlay around here. There's a like, no, sorry, box shadow. So let me just use the box shadow that we have used before. Let me just use it. So box shadow. Or let me just copy because I don't also want it to have a, what's it called? Background, blah, blah, blah. A border, what's it called? Border box. I'll just pick this and I'll put in my second parent. Then I'll save, then I'll go and check. And let's see. Now there's actually a box shadow kind of thing here. But before I do that, I would also want to shift this thing to the top, just like this. So I'll target my second main. Yes. That's my second main. I will give it a margin top. Or instead of me targeting my second main, let me just target the main itself. So I would say this second main. Let me see. Okay, second parent. Yeah, it's correct. So I'm still correct. So I'll give this a margin top of, let's say, 50 pixel, then margin bottom of 50 pixel. And let's see. Yeah, this is now correct. So it's now here. But I still need to give it more what's it called? More border radius. So instead of me adding border radius of 20, I'll just add the border radius of 50. And let's see. So now there's a border radius of 50 here, but this thing is still what is it called? Okay, I'll come back to this. So 50 pixel. Then one thing I need to also do on this 50 pixel is I need to add a padding. So instead of me doing this second section, I can give it a padding. That's padding for all of them. Have I named second section somewhere? Okay, yes, yeah. So I can give it a padding of, let's say, instead of padding, no, not padding. Or actually padding, because I need it to have a top and bottom also. So let me use padding. Not instead of it. So padding of 50 pixel. Let's see. Yeah, so this 50 pixel. And let me see if it correlates with what they have there. Okay, it's actually, yeah, 50 pixel is okay. But one thing I noticed is that everything here, the spacing here, they have more left padding than the right. So what I can just do in this scenario is just call my padding left and give it, let's say, this one actually be more. Let's give this a 80 pixel. Yeah, so this is actually now okay. But something is still missing. This width, this is fine, but this text is not to the center. So one of the ways to actually move this to the center is coming here to say align items center, which has brought this here. Automatically, we are almost done with this part. But still, I can see that there's more spacing here. This width is not 100%. So I need to go and change this where I put it 100. I need to reduce it to say, let's say 80. But now it has to move to the other side. So we need to do a, let me see, float right. Yeah. So you need to add a float right to it. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Float right. Which will bring this out. Then let me see, something is still missing. I'll still do that edge part. So I think, okay, yeah. I think I added more than enough padding that it needs for that left. So let me say 70. Or it's actually enough. So 80. Just put back this form back here. Second arrow box, 2. Need to do something here. Or no. Okay. So let me just copy this and place here and save. So I need to, did I change anything? Okay, second arrow box. Yeah, so this is now, this is still okay, not okay yet. Because this is actually having a width. So let me just do this paragraph 2. Because this is actually take 100%. Instead of this, I'll place this here. But I'll give this a 100% and save and visit again. Okay, yeah, so this is actually Oh, why is this thing still this way? So 15. That's a diameter. Okay, great. So now we've been able to do this. I'll come back to this, the edge that is actually cutting, this one that is cutting. I'll come back to it. But because of time, I want us to actually be able to create all those layouts. So the next one is actually this one. So what I'll just do in this scenario is come here, this section, this div, this exact section. So I'll copy this section. I'll copy this section. Then I'll replace, I'll do another one again. Yeah. Second section, still taking this. But now this other part, Control X, I'll bring this up to this. This is just one easy secret and one easy fix. Oh, sorry, it should be outside actually. Let me see something. Let me see. Second parent. Okay, this is that be the 90 pixel. Okay, sorry. So let me just copy this name. Since I've been using main, don't let me just do this. Let me just copy this and replace here. And then in the first one, let me get this out of the way. The second one, let me get this out of the way. Save and save. So we have this now. The other image is not showing yet. What happened? Okay, I did not copy the image. Sorry, I missed that out. So this image should be here. So we have this here, but now we need to float this to the left. So instead of right, so I can come here and say left. So I could have this. So we have this now. Then let me just change the contents in them. So great, we have this now. Let me change the image for this other one, which is flow together. But I'll stop this design from here so that you can actually touch responsiveness also. Let's touch a little of responsiveness. So we're ready to be able to do this part now for these two. So which is almost what we have here. Oh. Hey, sorry. Just started my idea script. Even though, okay, this first section is actually having more. So let me just leave that one for now. What I would want to do next is responsiveness. So this mobile. Let's see how it looks on mobile. This is how it looks on mobile. This is still going to be flex. Then this is actually now on this row. One good thing about flex property is, so let me just go to the mobile for this. Let me say from here, 100%. So if you look at this now it's not a mobile this thing. One good thing about flex property is you can actually style your mobile easily. And also it's advisable that you should actually put your style down this thing. Maybe your things are actually up, put all your style stuff at the bottom. So let's say, for example, at media and spring. At media screen, it's actually something like Max. Let me just check this out again. Okay, so I was actually doing it correctly before. Okay, so I put this here, then I'll just do this. So max width, let's say, what did I give us as our max width? What did I give us in our style guide? Let me see. They said the max width should be 375, but that's actually going to be too slow, too small. For those using kind of iPhone that is 414, that would be small. So let me just put this back and just say max width. Let me give it a 600. 600 is actually okay. This is actually the normal for max for what's it called? Mobile. So now I'll go back to my head, the head of this thing, which is I think I called it hero. Not hero, because if I do hero to actually take out this part, so it's this one, this section here. So let me see, how did I together? So let me check how I put it together. I know I have this section and I have hero. Yeah, it's called hero. Hero. Yeah, hero. So this hero. So I'll just let me just copy this. I don't actually know, but I just need the hero. So I can say dot hero. Then I can say flex direction. At this point, it's going to be column. So let's see what happens once we name that column. Just that flex direction column. See what's happened. It's brought it down for me and made it okay for me. But one thing I can also see is that I can see excessive kind of spacing. So which is one, as a result of hero box having 50%. So which simply means I need to change this hero box at having 50%. These two things that we have here, we need to make them 100% on mobile. So these two things, we just copy it. What's in 50%? Because now we're styling mobile. So this is actually going to be 100. 100. And let's see what happens once we do that. Let me place this at the left. What happened? What happened?
You actually put 1000%.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was looking for it. Okay, now you can see that now it's actually now giving us almost what we want. Then what thing I want to also do, one thing we notice there also is that this is actually in the center, like it's taking a text something center. So simply we need to go and target this text. That's why it's always very good. Name your properties. Name them. So we have this, which is the header text. So I just come here, then I place my header text. Still in that side media query, dot header text, then I do this, then I say text align center. Now it's down in the center. Then we need to put this also in the center. One better way, since we're actually styling everything, we're putting all of this in the center. One better way to actually do this is one, remember, we actually grouped everything in a box, which is this first hero box. First hero box. But before I do that, let me check something. Okay, yes, first hero box. With that one, I may just ignore this and just put this and just do this. And let's see what happens once we do that. Now you can see, instead of me going to go and style this one by one, it has helped me style it in a way that this is actually now in the center. But still, I need to change this if I can see, there's actually a space in here. So I need to add spacing to this, my image and this. So easy way to I can actually do that is still target my first hero box and say margin bottom and give it, let's say, 30 pixel. And now I should have a space in here. 30 pixel is still small, so let me just give it a 50 pixel, which is actually now good and great. Automatically, we've almost achieved this. Or let me just say we've achieved this with this still at this side. But they are using 375, which is very small, which is this. This is what they are starting for. 375. But they reduced all of this text. But because of time, I don't.
Can anybody hear him?
No, I can't hear you.
No, we can't hear.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Samuel, please kindly make me host back. That's Samuel Aremu. Samuel on the call.
I'm coming.
Thank you.
Welcome back, sir. I think your network threw you out.
Yeah, my network.
At somewhere, Remo, kindly make
Done, sir. Done.
him.
Yes,
Okay, all right. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So this is where we are. So now we need to make this section. As you can see, there's actually a padding on it, which is section. We need to remove that padding that is on it. So I'll come down here and I can just say second section. Then I can just say padding of 0. And let's see. Now this is now here. But because I would not also want, let me check my style. Padding of 0, and I would not still, there's actually a padding on it, so it's not just 0. So let me just say 20. 20 pixel, 20 is small. So let me say 30. I think 30 should be enough. Yeah, that is enough. But now this thing is skewed to the left. It's skewed to the left because that was what I did the other time. And also it's actually at the top. So what I need to do is, the first one I need to do is actually turn this one, column reverse. There's something called column reverse. And you understand when they say something is reverse, going backwards, which should actually bring this one up, then this down. So for the sake of this scaling to the left, I need to just, instead of me giving this one float and this thing, I need to just give it a style, a class. Then just take out the style. Just the class of image. Let me just call it flow. So let me just call it flow. Then I'll just remove this. Come to X. Then I'll on the style class of flow dot flow. Then I'll put that there. So that I'm able to style this flow to give it a 100% width. Dot flow a 100% width. Oh, what happened? A width of 100. And also a float of initial. Or even float none actually. Float none, it should not float. So that's, then you can actually add this. Then I need to add a, okay, this is not 100%, sorry. Yeah, so this is actually now looking like what we need. Yeah. Although there is actually, I can see an excessive space here, so I need to trace it out. And I know that's actually an effect of a margin bottom that's there. Margin bottom in first hero box. We don't even need that margin bottom in the first place. So margin bottom of first hero box. We don't need the bottom for this. Instead of me putting it here, I think one of the issues is that I've grouped it with this. So I need to change, I need to add another class inside this one. So let me say, let me remove this first. First box. But I would have to use something that I would not always want you guys to use, but it's good to use, to know how to use it, and it's good to always use to override. So I want to override the margin bottom that is down. Margin bottom 0, then I have to say important, so that I don't have to like remove it totally from the up one. So now I removed the down one. And now this is okay. Then coming back to this, one other thing that I noticed on the second one is this now also needs to go up and this needs to come down. So equal thing, I can just pick all of this, second hero box, pick I can do this. Let me, this second section, second hero box. So let me just format this and place this here. Dot. Okay, second, sorry. What was I doing? Second section, I mean, second section. So is that first section somewhere? Yeah, first section, so second section, comma, this, so dot, this. We should take this one to the top. Or was it at the top before? I actually found the issue. I found the issue. So let me just name the top box. So I would override again. And the reason why I'm overriding is this second section is same thing with here. So instead of me going to go back and go and restarting a lot of things. So I would just want to override this to say same thing dot this, pick all of these, then put here, then add important.
Hello, Toby. Sorry, this your media query. I think it's getting a bit complex for
It's
me.
getting long.
As in, I'm trying to relate with what you are doing.
Oh, it has not even gotten long yet. Oh.
It's not long like that. As in, I don't really understand what you are doing. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to say.
let me explain. Let me explain from the start. So do you understand this part? Getting this part out.
This part, the first one.
Yes, the first one.
No, really. Immediately from the media, this thing, though I was logged out, so I missed some
Okay, I
parts.
think.
Probably.
Oh. Maybe you can actually rewatch, but
Yeah,
the
but
media.
the issue is that you people, I don't know how soon you post the video. It's always good to watch it as soon as.
I'll try my best to make them post it as soon as possible.
Okay.
I think with that is that was really good this year.
I actually do try my best actually.
I understand. Just please explain again.
Okay, I should explain that part again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, media query basically. What I did on media query from the first part, which is this arrow. Then one thing about it is this is actually the arrow box. So let me inspect this. This is the arrow box. This box. Where is it? Inside is main. This is the arrow box. This one I'm highlighting. Initial, but for me to use media query, I had to actually set a property called flex direction column, which means I don't want it to be on a row. Now change it to actually stack over each other, which is what you can see here. Then also, I went further to also, because now what we had before, we had a 50%. This was taking 50%. This other board was taking 50%. So I had to come back in the style and give them a 100% style so that they can actually take the full width, which is what we have here. Then I went further again. I could also see that if I not this thing was always skewed to the left. The initial content, which is from here, we could see it was skewed to the left. But for me to make it in the center, I had to add a property called text align center, which is what I added here. Then previously, there was no space between this thing because there was no margin anything. So I had to add a margin also to it to say, okay, give it a space below, which is what we had here, which is the effect of this margin button.
Then I called this thing, you had maximum width at 600 pixels, but you're showing 659 pixels from this thing.
Yes, it's actually showing this height. This is width, this is height. Width is 425, which is between. What I did was max width. That means it should take a maximum of 600. And if you notice, when I do like this, once it gets to 600, it's like
yes, sure. Thank you.
So that's the effect of that 600 pixel max width stuff. There's actually a class that actually spoke, I don't know if it's a class, there's a video that spoke about media query on Zuri. I would advise if you can watch that video, it should be very helpful. It should be very helpful as we spoke about media query and boxes and all there. So this is 1. This is 2. There's 1. Okay, this is another one. This is one I actually took that was a year back. So I can advise that you can actually go back to it and watch. It's more on responsiveness and media query. So because I actually both of the part. So I can tell you to actually rewatch that. So going further, I also did the same thing around this side. But what I did here, I used the property before it was like this. But I used the property flex direction column reverse to be able to bring this up and put this down. And that's what I did here. Column reverse. So put it out and bring it down. But there was a padding also. So I moved it and just gave it a uniform 1 padding, which is what we have as 30 pixel. Then this one that actually put important to. Why I added important was I added another class here. But because the column is now changing. Because there's actually second here and there's also second here. And I've said this one as a column reverse. Automatically, this one is going to take column reverse. But because I don't want to take column reverse, I have to set another property and tell it just column. Then add an important that says don't change it. Don't ignore this one on mobile, but use the third box this thing, which is what's here. So they can even remove this out and it still work. Then also this is important too. The first box that is here. First box was having a margin bottom. Where is it? Sorry. The next part that I was actually doing. Yeah, this was having a margin bottom because of this first arrow box that is here of 50 pixel. So I needed to actually tell it that, okay, no, don't give me that, what's it called? The 50 pixel margin bottom because of this effect. So I removed it for it to actually give me this and added this important. Then this image, I just brought it down here and gave it a flow so that this fruit for this. I don't know if to an extent, I don't know if you understand.
Thank you. I'm getting it.
Okay.
Good
Well,
evening.
I recommend you should watch this media query.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
Good evening.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes. Please, I have a question. My data is about to finish. My number
Okay.
one question is I read something. They said it is better to start from mobile to desktop than styling from desktop
Yeah,
to mobile. And my number two question is this: responsiveness and media query. Like, are they not the same thing? Is there any difference?
yeah, that's the thing. Okay, let me pick up the first question. The first question that starts from mobile. Well, I would say it depends on your your own kind of way. My method is actually mobile. App first, then mobile. But I know that they actually put it that okay, it's good to start from mobile first and all. But at some point also do your desktop part also. If you feel that's okay for you. To me, it's easier to actually start my desktop, then come back to mobile and change things. It's still the same result you would get. Just take the one that is more stronger for you. It depends on how fast you would be. So that I'll just say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about the responsiveness and media query, are they the same thing or two different things entirely?
media query and responsiveness, they're actually the same thing. Responsiveness, media query is just the name of that. What is it called? This thing. Responsiveness is just you saying this thing is responsive and all.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I'll just do this last part, or I can actually do this last part, then I can feel that if I even maybe the next assignment that I will tell Xylus to close should actually cover this audio. So maybe we can actually just finish up ourselves. So I will not be sharing this code. Because if I share it, you guys finish your assignment. Or alternatively, I may share the code, but just give you guys another relating assignment. I think that's much better.
Better because I think this is the first time I'm attending your class all through this program.
Oh. I think I've taken 2 classes before. I'm not, I don't know. Mr. Iber, is that you?
No, this is Adama.
Okay. But I know I've seen Mr. Ebel in my class very well. Okay. So on the next one is just this one. Then I just need to just change this instead of me having this flow. Is just changing this, bringing this instead. Let me remove this X and call this class flow 2. Then come here dot z flow 2. Then paste this here. Then come down here, and I can just give comma flow 2. So I should have this to be better now, which is now better. So equally, if I want to do the third one, which is this class is actually supposed to end. We're supposed to have ended it. So which is this? Let me just do the last one and just paste. Let me just do that and just say, let me just copy this one, this first one. Yeah, Adama.
Okay, I don't know. It's still about the videos that are not being uploaded. So all the classes that have not been able, because I think you've taken us CSS for like 3 to 4 times now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
And
2.
okay, I don't know. There was a day that somebody, what was his name? Abdul Afik Abdul Fig, something of that
Yeah.
kind of name. He took us that day, and then you continued from his own section. So I think all these videos, I am finding it difficult to find them, to rewatch, kind of, So because after his own class, I left because I had something to attend to them. So I'm currently on the YouTube channel, but all the playlists, I can't even locate. I don't know why this issue is, but it's really a worrisome one, and I don't know how to even style my assignment as it is like this.
I would actually relate back to Xylus. I'll relate that back to Xylus.
Or let them just send us each link, and just paste it. These are all the CSS classes we
I'll
have
relate
had.
that back to Xylus.
All right, thank you.
Yes, good morning, sir. Good afternoon, and good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, please.
So, indeed, I missed some lectures in the morning because I was busy.
Okay.
So, my question first is, where did you get these images
Okay, they
that you
came
are
with.
using?
Okay, I think maybe it's not joined from the beginning of the class.
Yes, I joined it in the middle.
Okay.
I didn't
You
start
actually
with
went
you.
to what's called frontend mentor.io.
Okay.
Frontend mentor.io was the one that gave us those things.
Yes, okay. So another question is that, as Mr. Adama said, when we go to YouTube channel, most of the videos that we see there, but there is a folder called frontend, and most of the video are from like the past like 2 years. I don't know. So I don't know if is the same explanation as we are doing right now, or they are different like instructors from you, or I don't know. I don't know what to relate it to.
Okay, I'm not the only instructor that is there. I think the only video that is me is actually the one with silver code. That's this silver codes. So that's me. So
Okay.
yeah, but there are other ones that every class is actually Zuri's own, and some of the ones that are actually posted for you people. I think you should actually go through your dashboard. Don't just watch every video on YouTube. That is Zuri. Try to follow the ones that are uploaded for this sport, because some of these videos are on actually previous sports. So try to go through your dashboard. But if you want to learn extensively more, you can actually come back here and actually go to Zuri dashboard or wherever to see what's about videos.
Okay, so thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So let's pick one more question or two, then we actually close for the day. Then, if possible, I would have another section this week to actually build like this again. So we have another section this week to be something more complex, but it's actually very easy. So be something more complex than this. Okay, yeah. Maybe
so before we have that section, make sure that they've uploaded this video so that at least we'll
this one.
before the complex one, please.
Okay.
All videos, not just this, because as it is now, I couldn't ask some questions because I know that I have not been following up. So I felt guilty and then decided to be silent. That just, even when I am not really following the whole thing, but I felt, had it been I attended or have watched those classes, I would have known that it's well justified to ask some questions. But for now, I shouldn't be asking questions because I've missed a lot. I should go and make up first before. That's just it. It should be all videos, please.
Okay.
I have question. No.
Yeah, please ask.
My question is that main and the first main content. Can you help me to scroll to it? Yes. This image by the right. Like I'm having this kind of thought, like can't we code it out? Like either this thing. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
That's for the people in design to do something like that.
Okay, you want to pull this image out yourself?
Yes, like I'm thinking of coding it out. This image.
You want to code this image out?
I don't even know.
I'm not quite sure you can actually
Like
code this image out.
I don't.
But you can actually use this
Okay,
image.
wait.
But
This place. Wait, this black distance stand as header. These three distance serve as nav, and this one as this body section with this round. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
So,
very
okay,
good.
sorry, I think I understand what you're trying to say actually. Like the first one, we have like header section, then maybe the colors, we have to like start adding the colors ourselves. Then maybe those things like tiny text, start adding it and ourselves. Like maybe that is what she's trying to say.
Yes.
You get?
I
You can
think
actually
so.
do that, but it will be like maybe a long task you need to do. So it's the work of the designers to
What
actually give us the
I'm thinking of what if okay, at the long run the client now come back. Oh, okay, I want you to change something in this this section, and it's an image. Would there be something like a difficult,
Anything
like will
image,
you have to take the image now?
anything image is designer. If they want an image,
Okay,
tell them to yeah.
okay, it will
The
be the
front end
work
person
for
can't edit image. Yeah, you can't edit an image. So you really need the raw file. You need the raw file of this to be able to even edit this. In the sense that you cannot put this out, cannot put this out. Let's not take it to Canva and start blocking some things off.
Oh, you, Toby, okay, Toby, sorry. Please, are you saying that the fonts, all what we got from the front end that .io is where the work of the designer stopped?
Okay.
All those things that
the front
designer.
end is people that build this thing, they couple it together.
I'm talking about that file, that site, frontend.io. I can't remember the sites that we put this.
Method.io.
Yes, I'm
This
asking.
this
That's where the work of designer stop. Then we, as the front end, will not start from there.
You pick it from whatever they've designed and you build it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, I have a question.
Okay.
I want to understand when exactly to use class and ID, or can I use them? Okay, maybe I want to style a page. Can I decide to go with ID or just go with class, or should I go with both?
IDs have to be unique. One good thing about both of them, you can actually use any of them, but IDs are usually unique. Class is always good. You can actually have a class in multiple places, but majorly one thing that you would always want to do, if you want to use an ID, maybe you want to actually use JavaScript. It's always very good to use ID to actually target the JavaScript triggers. So IDs are usually always unique. It's not very advisable to use your ID to actually style, but it's doable. They use it. But class majorly is best to use for style. So I can even show you so I don't know if you can read this. IDs are usually unique, but classes so you can use it more than once within a page. While ID, a specific element to an single element class can be identified. While an ID is specific to a single element, classes can be assigned to multiple elements on a page or throughout the website. So IDs are majorly usually unique. I don't know if that answers your question.
Does it mean that, let's say I have a class called container, does it mean I can still have another class called container on the same design?
Yes, now you can still have another class called container. But the thing is that whatever style you are using, and as I see that I actually had to have a third class in this one, and I use important override it because I've used it in different places. I've used it here, and here, and here. So I had to add an extra class so that I can override whatever style is there. Because whatever style is on the page, everything that has that first boss is taking it also.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've seen a scenario where ID, maybe I want two sections to have the same styling, and okay, it has
Yes, if you want the
different.
same section to have the same styling, you can use the class. You can use one same class for both of them.
Okay, thank you. I understand now. Thank you.
Okay, let's take maybe two more questions. I'm plenty hands up. Okay, let's take the last three questions. That's Olamide, Adama, and iPhone, person on the iPhone. So let me go with Olatunde first.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm sorry I joined the class late because I thought the class was meant to be 7 o'clock, 6:55, but I saw it was, so I joined it late. My question is that the file you used for the tutorial, please, when the video is being sent to you, can we get the file together with it?
Okay, I would zero my okay, I would actually tell Silas to do that also.
All right, sir. Because so that we'll be able to get the file that we'll be following along in case we are watching the tutorial. We'll be able to follow along with what you are doing, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's take last question. This is Adama.
Okay, there is something I noticed. I don't know if it is what it is. That an HTML element can take more than one class.
Yes, an HTML element can take more than one class. You can have 10 classes. You can have 50 classes on an HTML element.
How are they like?
This is the two. This is two. This is one. This is two. Not class like class property. Oh. What I mean is inside the class.
Yeah.
Not another
Okay, this
class.
first hero box and then first box.
Not
These
another
are two
class
classes.
like this. Not another class like this. This is what I mean.
Inside the
You can have different
quotation mark now.
Yes, inside the quotation mark, you can have a lot of what's it called? Text, different classes name inside.
Okay, but as far as the space is what separates each of the class you are identifying them each with.
Yeah.
Like the space, like
The
where
space
you
is
are
what,
now. That
the
means
space is
that
what,
div, particular div.
okay. It's the space that
Is it the
differentiates
space
them.
that now separates each of the
Yes.
classes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then secondly, when are we all have we been done? They are our assignment, that calculator styling something. Was there anything done similar to that?
Calculator.
Yes, sir. Can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, calculator. The styling of calculator, I think the next class with Abdul Jex, I think you should cover that. Or if it has been done, it should be uploaded.
By then, our assignments would have timed out.
Don't worry, solution will be made for that. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for joining this class. So I appreciate you guys. So the class will be coming to an end here. I'd like to say bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you.